just like to say that it's very cold. Last video was just an update video. This one we're actually working on the air ride. So last time on the air ride we installed the tank. That was the main thing we did. Now we've got the lines to kind of run. Going to run those into certain positions. Going to show you the control module console thing that I'm made out of wood. So I'll show you that in a minute. So we're going to be doing lots of that. Getting everything ready for cutting. So I'm going to do some cutting as well. And then hopefully in the next video we can get the actual system up and running for the back anyway, not for the front because I haven't got the front back, so obviously the front's not going to work. We're going to be doing that. We'll get the back dropped and see how far it will drop. Yeah. And one more thing to say or ask, it's a pretty standard generic YouTube thing. If you guys aren't subscribed, please do. Comments, likes, all that stuff massively helps, and I really appreciate you guys interacting and just being on the channel in general. I think the kind of community that we've got, the kind of vibe going on the channel is really, really good. It's really positive because, you know, YouTube's pretty toxic when it comes to the comment section, but you guys are awesome and I love you guys. So yeah, keep it up and hopefully we can grow the channel and make it a lot bigger, obviously, and we can do more stupid things with cars. So yeah, let's do some woodworking right now actually. Oh, and I brought my GoPro with me so we can have some more interesting footage. I say interesting, it's just from a different angle. Alright, here is my box. I ran out of wood, got my wood, so I can finish this off now. What I'm going to do eventually is four-way stretch carpet it, like I've done the inside of there to match. I've kind of done all nice shapes for the transmission tunnel, and I'll put some holes here with firewall, whatever you call them, mounts. But that's the gist of it, so I need to make the last side for that, then that's done, and then when that's done we can go on to running the lines into each four corners. Obviously once it's all carpeted and blends all in, I'll get some fixings so I can literally just plug these lines straight into the front and to the back to make it nice and easy to work on this, rather than kind of like pulling this out and having excess cables all the way around. So for now that's all done. I'm going to wait till all the systems up and running and then I'm going to carpet it. So we're going to go on to yeah, making some holes in the back here. Pretty simple, new shock. Now the airline is heading towards the front of the car, so once that's in place, I've got to run a line, well before that's in place, I've got to run a line going all the way down to this point here. Now if I just run a straight line, it's going to go just at an angle and it's probably going to hit the tyre. That's a bad thing, so I'm going to have to put in one of these, hold on a second, one of these right angle joins. So when it comes out here, it's going to go straight. Well, we can fix it somehow along here. It'll go straight to the bag and it'll be out of the way of the tyre. Now obviously it's going a lot lower than it is normally, so we've got to end up chopping a lot of material out. Probably going to end up chopping around here, started chopping around there, and I've had to chop out a load here as well. So this shock is obviously a lot fatter than that one, so it fouls on the body, so I've had to grind out a load or cut out a load there. Perhaps cut out a bit more, going to neaten it up, going to weld in some plates there and obviously cover this giant hole that you can probably, no, you can't see. That hole there. I'm gonna cut all that, trim it up, neat all up. Once it's all in, can plumb it in, or plumb the back in anyway. Take off the over fenders, drop it, put the over fender back on, and see how much it clears. If it clears, which it should do, fingers crossed, and see how much space I've got, how low it goes, and then kind of go from there. Right, boring stuff's out of the way. We're going to do some slightly less boring stuff, but slightly more interesting than the stuff before. What makes it more interesting as we get to use this. And something else. I don't know, I've got a grinding tool. Finger sander. That's the one. I'm not going to torture you with lots of footage of just me grinding stuff because it's boring as hell. And the other reason is I got something in my eye yesterday and I was wearing glasses, but it managed to hit my cheek and go straight in my eye. I thought it came out. Most of it came out, and then there was actually a piece of metal in the white of my eye. Fortunately, it came out on its own. I can see a bit of my eye probably a bit red. I don't know. So yeah, so that's that story. I cut out loads of metal. The shot clears. It's really hard to get a good idea of what's going on there, so I'm not going to bore you. So I need to do the other side, which I won't bore you with again, but I'll show you quickly the inside. So we're going to kind of build something out in a later date, or at a later date, to cover up the hole. I'll show you. So we're going to work out something to go around here and cover all of that. We've got space for the shock, so the new shock does go in now, so I need to do the same to the other side. The other thing I need to do is put in the compressor. So yesterday I made this. Compressor's going to mount onto there, and that's going to mount onto the inside of the underneath, because it has some aluminium around, and it's better than buying one. So let's put that in. I realised how difficult it was and how boring it was to look at for me to do that mount install, so I'll show you what I've done. There you go. I've texture coated it just to give it some protection. It's aluminium, so it's not going to rust obviously, but that is where our compressor is going to sit. So I've got to sit the compressor in there. I'll show you in a second once that's all bolted in, and we can just start wiring it up, which is going to be boring. Again, I've saved you all the boredom of me hanging out underneath the car and giving you crappy angles of stuff you can't really see. So all the wiring's done underneath. The only thing I've got to do is run a power cable to the battery. The one they gave me is too short, so I've got to extend it. Once that's in and plumbed in, I can charge up the battery, get all the rear shocks plumbed in, and see how it goes. But I'll show you what I have done. One little bit, which I'm really proud of. Get a little light. Now, I wanted to make everything nice and neat underneath, and I didn't want the relay on show, so there's a little access panel on the back here. There's one fog light over there. There's no fog light there. So there you go. Everything is nice and neat and tucked away inside there. So it's not going to get wet and it's not going to get messed up, hopefully. So yeah, now I'm knackered, got a headache, I'm going to finish now. So next episode we're going to be plumbing in the rear shocks and see if it works. So I hope you guys liked it. Thanks for checking out videos, and I'll see you guys real soon. Subscribe, you fools.